y'all, it's Jessica from Sloppy Swatches for this Friday's But Do They Watermarble? I'm featuring the Zoya Ultra Brights collection. This is, I think, going to be the first collection where I'm not just absolutely insanely pleased with how they watermarble. I'll go ahead and show you how it went. I did purchase these on my own, and they are available on Zoya's website right now at zoya.com. I'll link that down below, and they're actually having a BOGO right now. So as always, I'm starting with my small teacup full of room temperature filtered water. I'm going to drop in the order that I'm going to swatch them in, starting with Urza all the way down to Mary Jane. I was able to convince that first drop to spread, but these dry out fairly quickly. I was really hoping they'd watermarble well, since I've heard that they're a little bit on the thinner side and pretty sheer. That wasn't the case for me. It may be different for somebody else. I was going to go in for a petal design, and the middle just kind of ate it, if you know what I mean. So then I just went for like a totally organic design, and I do like how this ended up, but it was really tough. And there are just better polishes that are easier to use, so it's kind of not worth the fight. Next, I'm going to show you how they dropped in the opposite order. So this is Mary Jane all the way down to Urza, and it seemed like the blues and greens did spread out a little bit better, but they still kind of dried. I wasn't able to get too many rings. I was able to make a full circuit, and that's about it. So since the petal design kind of didn't work out and seemed to fall in on itself, I thought I would drag them outwards and try to do a more spiral design, and this did work a little bit better. These are going to be super thin, so you're for sure going to want to use a white base. So it did even let me swirl in the middle. I got a ton of breaks though because it got so thin. So I'm going to go in for a final design. I thought that I would kind of go back and forth between the blue-green tones and the more red-pink tones. I thought that might help it spread out a little bit, so I convinced Mary Jane to spread out a little bit for me, and then I dropped Urza, then Evergreen, then Cana, then Juvia, and then finally Bisca. So it did get a little bit better of a spread, not too much. Once I kind of chopped it in half, it did want to spread after that. I'm just going to do a really quick, easy, large linear design. And then I have my nails prepped with 2 coats of Zoya's Purity and some Easy Peel latex barrier around my nail. I'm going to do a double dip right there in the middle. I actually preferred how the marble looked in the more thin areas. So you can see there, my middle nail was actually my favorite nail of the whole entire thing. So I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup with some acetone and a cleanup brush after removing the liquid latex. And I'm top coating here with Marvel Liquid Macro from Super Chick Lacquer. So here is a quick final look at the finished mani with glossy top coats. Not my favorite. These will work, you just kind of have to convince them, and it's a lot of work. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting, and once more at an angle under artificial lighting. I do have a few more photos available on my blog at sloppyswatches.wordpress.com, or you can follow me on Instagram at sloppyswatches. So thanks so much for watching, guys. See you next time.